Good morning. Hi, you guys. Friday morning. The weekend is coming. I'm gonna go visit my grandbabies, my kids and my grandkids tomorrow. How are you guys this morning? just the three of us here today. I am Sunshine. I'm the creator of the ABCube method. Look what I got in the mail, you guys. This is so cute. Look at this. Look at this. Ha ha. A cross bag. I had one before, but I donated it because it was not realistic looking. It had these corners. These corners were the same. These corners were the same, and it just didn't work right. But this looked like it might be more feasible, and I was really excited. Of course, the first thing I did was try to recreate it on my cube, and while green is opposite blue, the white is not opposite red, so I was not able to recreate it with my cube, but it's cute. And the zippers open up like so, and I also got this little thing. I thought they were going to be pins, actually, but they are, I think they're cufflinks. I thought they were going to be pins. They're cufflinks or crock fillers, when scrambled ones unscrambled. And I guess I'm going to be using them as cufflinks, or I don't know what I'll do with them, but they're cute. So those exist now. And that's fun. This week I have failed on solving the cubes this week. I've just been distracted by other things. So let's look at this one. As I said, formula A and B works on these cubes as well. If you want to move the corners, of course A works the same as it always did. Bottom row, top right column. A does not work on the centers because of the shape of the cube, but it does. Every two moves switches these. Every move switches these. Every two moves switches these and twists it one turn. First three moves, and the edges are reset. So multiple of 2 times 3 is 6, which means 6 gets you back to a start position. Okay, so corners are done with A and B the same way they always have been, but when you deal with the tips of the star, the absolute edges, you apply formula B to that. So this row, to move this piece over here, this is my first column, this is my second column, and when you use the center for one of your columns, it has, instead of just moving 3 pieces around like B normally does, because of the shape of the minks, up, down, down, it does have some undesired consequences as well. So it did move these 3 around, but it also moved these 3 corners around. So if you can do that and then reset the corners like so, like we just did. So up, down, down again for the corners. Okay, and now the corner's in the right place, and formula A will bring my top color back to the top. So I can do every time you do the edges, it alters the corners as well. So you can you can do that, or you can just always do the. What did we do? What were the 3 that we moved? There we go. These 3. if you do the tips before you do, if you have an order of operations, my nose is itchy. If you do the tips before you do the corners, then you don't realize that the corners are being affected. So you can indeed just move the three edge pieces around like so. Star first and then the corners, and this solves the same way. This A and B solves this as well. When you get to the bigger ones, same thing. Do the tips first and all over the cube, and then you do the rest of the star, because the star, let me show you what happens with the star. It also has some unintended consequences, but not as much. So for example, if I wanted to move this piece to this spot, formula B would be this column and this column. So I go up, move it into the middle, second up, reverse down, reverse down, set the top, and it did indeed move these three these three around. Because this went up here and that one went down here. So you can do that, but it does affect the centers and the edge as well. So 2 more times to put it back, up, up, down, down, set the top, up, up, down, down, set the top. So A and B does work, but if you do it, you have to do the tips first, and then the tips of the stars, and then the arms of the stars, and then for the rest of the things, formula B works the same. So if I apply formula B to this piece to move over to this direction, I can't move it over here, because as it crosses the center straight, it has a null effect. So to apply formula B to this piece, I would be moving this piece to this row. So this is my first column, this is my second column. So away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down. And you can see that it moved 3 and only 3 edge pieces. Up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. So it works the same on the edge pieces. You just have to work on, they can't cross the center line when you work with them. And like I said, I already showed you the corners on this one. The corners move the same way, and the center the oblique centers, I can move. If I move from the top, then I'm working with 2 sides. If I want to just work with 3 sides, if I want to work with just the 2 sides, I would select a piece on the bottom here. And then, and then again, first column up. Okay, the horizontal, as always, is to line it up with what's going to be displaced. So you would go up, slide to a different column, second up, reverse down, reverse down, set the top, and again it's only moving 3 pieces around at a time, in which case it was these 3 pieces. So if I line it up this way, up, slide to a second column, second up, reverse down, reverse down, and so all of these corner pieces, everything that's not the star, is affected with A and B, same as with the cube. A brings a piece to the top and twists it. 6 turns keeps it from messing up the edges, and B moves 3 pieces around. And so with that, you can do all of that. I'm going to, I've been playing with this. So I did the absolute center. I did the tips of the stars first, all the cube, and then I did the arms of the stars. And then I started doing layer by layer until I get to the halfway mark, because these are the upper pieces are the ones that get displaced with the stars, but I'm not doing stars anymore, so I can keep going. So again, I can just keep doing layer by layer on this. Good morning, you guys. If you've just joined me, look what I got in the mail. Haha! I now has a crossover purse, a body bag, and it's very cute, and I love it. It is, first thing I tried to do was scramble it to my cube to this solve, but not possible. I mean, it looks like it might be possible, so that's why I got it, because I had one before that was just, the corners were, didn't even look like it was possible. It was a reasonable cube. So this one looked more. I was torn between this one and a designer bag that had the zipper instead of on the top. It had the zipper along here, so that you would unzip the top layer and it would lift up, and it had the bottom and top, or the top was also so it had 5 sides of cubies instead of just 4. But when I looked at it, it had pink and other colors, and I'm like, that does not even pretend to be a Rubik's Cube. So this is the one I got. I love it very much. And also, I got these things in the mail as well. I thought they were going to be pins, but turns out they're croc emblems, something. I don't know. I can use them as cufflinks, but we've got the scrambled one and the salt one. I was looking at earrings at the same time that I bought these, so I got confused as to which ones I was actually buying. I thought I was buying the earring ones, which were pins, and I was going to be able to like stick them on my shirt and just ta-da. But they're fun, and I will probably find a cufflink shirt at DI and use these for the cufflinks, because they're cute and adorable and I love them. So if you have any questions or comments, put them in the chat. I will address them. We will switch over to cubes. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep playing with these ones. So again, I'm demonstrating how A and B works on these cubes as well. Here I have 3 edges that need to be switched, and formula B would do that by just just first row, second row. These are the 3 edges that switch. However, on this, because one of the columns that you're using is the center column, which is not cubical, it has when you do the edges, it has some unintended consequences. It does not just move these 3 around. I'll show you. So away up, in, up, away down, in, down. And it moved these 3, but it also moved these 3 corners as well, which I'm going to do this. I'm going to set my pieces here again, another B. And since it did affect my corners as well, I know how to affect just the corners, and that's just top row 2 columns. So I can set the corners after I do the stars, which is why I do the tips of the stars first, so that it doesn't doesn't matter that it's displacing the corners. So I went too far again. Sorry, I was talking to you and I got distracted. It should have been just one. Okay, and then when the cubes are in the right place, formula A again, we'll put them back to the top. We'll switch them. Bottom row, right-hand column, multiple of 6. So, and that one's correct. Finished off on another one. and set the top and continue. So A and B works for this as long as you do, but there's order of operation. Tips first, and then arms of the star, if there are any, and then everything else you can just do. And A and B will works just the same as on these. The difference, another difference is that this does not have parodies. Go figure, because it's complex enough that the parodies work themselves out. So you don't have to worry about parodies either on the cube. Because a parody is a lie. All it means is that one of the rows is a quarter turn off. And when you do that, when you fix that row that's a quarter turn off, the parody will disappear. So, I'm just going to play with this. Unless you guys have comments, I'm just going to play with this. I'm happy to demonstrate the cube. I'm happy to do whatever you would like me to do. Hey, you look like a new name. Do I know you? Hi, if you've just joining me, I am Sunshine. And I am the creator of the ABCube method for solving Rubik's Cubes. This is it. This is the tutorial. That's formula A. That's formula B. And with those two formulas, you can solve any complexity Rubik's Cube. And with some adaptations, it works on other things as well. Like the Wood-Eden 3x3x9 can also be solved by just A and B. I've done away with parodies, and when I teach people, they don't have to learn the standardized notations or what any of the definitions mean. You don't have to learn the cube language in order to solve the cube. It takes me about an hour and a half to 2 hours to teach someone how to solve the 5x5. The 5x5 is the prime one that I teach, and then after that, with just take a picture of my A and B. I'm going to put it on a keychain though. Take a picture of A and B, and you can pick up any cube in any state of disrepair, any state of scramble, and put it down solved as long as it hasn't been taken apart or tampered with. So this, I'm demonstrating how this works here. If you guys if you want me to demonstrate what A and B does on the cube, I will be happy to do that. But just ask me questions, otherwise I'm going to play with my minks. Formula A is used on one row, one column, brings the color to the top. I usually use it for corners. I also use it on the absolute center. You can use it on any first layer, but when you do, A does affect other sides as well. So you can't do it on second or on consecutive sides after you've done the first one. So when I teach it, I only teach it for the absolute center and for the corners. Formula B moves 3 pieces around, and that's all you ever need to do. If you use the top row and the outside columns, it moves corners. If you use a top row and outside and inside column, it moves the edge pieces that those are associated with. And if you use 2 inside columns, then it moves the center pieces. And with that, you can solve any cube. So parity is a lie. Parity is just the cube has a single layer that's a quarter turn off. You make that single quarter turn on the slice that's touching your parity, and solve from that position, and your parity is gone. It disappeared. You don't have to memorize parity algorithms anymore. Or do you need a different parity for what the parity looks like, because all parities are the same. So questions, comments? No, I'm gonna go here. Okay, so as I said, I do the tips of the stars first, and then the arms of the stars, because they do have unintended consequences on the other pieces. And then just formula A and formula B. B moves 3 pieces around, so let's do that. Let's find a piece on top that wants to be down below. Okay, so this is green, light blue, and light yellow. So it goes to the corner of green, light blue, and light yellow. So I'm going to move it using formula B. Formula B for the corners moves these 3 around. So I'm going to do that. Up, up, and formula B, A and B does not mess up the rest of the cube, so I'm not going to be messing up my edges at all. So now it's over here, and I wants to come over here. Again, formula B moves these 3 corners around, so I'm going to move this piece over to here. So up, up, down, down, and again, up, up, down, down, and there it is where it wants to be. If it needs to be twisted, Formula A will twist it. Again, you just do in multiples of 6, so until it's correct, and then finish it out with a garbage piece to do that. So the piece on top doesn't belong there. Here's a red, pink, and yellow. It wants to go there. So corner move, top row, outside of these two columns. Up, up, down, down, and there it is, but it's twisted. So Formula A, again, Formula A will twist it, and it needs to be need to twist. This one's correct, so I'm not going to mess that one up. So Formula A in 6 times so that the edges don't get messed up. So out, down, in, up, that's 1. Out, down, in, up, that's 2. Out, down, in, up, that's 3. Out, down, in, up, that's 4, but I can't stop because I need to keep going for these ones. So this one I don't want to affect, so I'll affect this one for the remaining ones. That's 5, that's 6, and my cube has returned to its shape. It's at the top, and continue. So piece on top that doesn't belong there, let's see, this piece does not belong here, so I'm going to displace it with my corner B for corners. Just put a garbage piece in there and it moves it out. Okay. And then this piece wants to go over here. Okay. So I can move it over here. These 3 corners move these 3. So up, up, down, down, and everything is still correct. And then this piece wants to move here, so I'll move these 3 corners, up, up, down, down, and there it is. It needs to be twisted, so Formula A, out, down, in, up, once, twice, slide it to protect it, keep going, 3, see that the edges are correct again, so 2, twist it, 3 places the edges, so 6, 2 times 3 is 6 is how many I need to do to not have undesired consequences on the cube. There we go. Set the top and keep going. Here, this piece on the top wants to go here. What did I say? Oh yes, this piece wants to go here. So slide up, slide up, slide down, and there it is. It doesn't need to be twisted, so I don't need A for that one. So now I've got another layer finished. Corners and centers, or edges and centers, are done the same way. So let's say if I want to bring this blue piece down, I line it up over. I'm going to move this piece up, which will bring this blue piece down. Again, Formula B, so top row was to line it up, sorry, and then first up, move this piece into a separate column, second up, reverse, down, reverse, down, and there we go. This cube is now placed. This piece is where it can be placed again. See, I can bring pink down. If I move this green up, that pink will come down, like so. Okay, so I lined up the top, so I'm going to have to reset the top at the end. So I go up, slide, slide down, still Formula B. These are my two columns. Set the top, and keep going. There's a green that needs to come down, so I'll move this pink up and this green down. And I am moving 3 pieces around. These two are not going to switch. This one's going to come over here. So I set the, line it up, first up, slide, second up, reverse, and then the edges again still as on a cube. Keep me honest as which columns I'm on, and down, and then set the top as it was and keep going. Okay, if I want to bring that pink piece down, I can do from the top if I want, but let's, okay, my Formula B with 2 faces works from a bottom corner, so I'm going to set my pink side, which I don't do on the cube, but because of the star shape, you have to pay a little more attention. So I'm setting the pink side. I'm going to have to reset the pink side when I'm done. So I line up the top. I go up, slide up, reverse, down, reverse, down, and then set the top one, however, until there it goes. And then I have to reset the pink side as well. Okay, so all right. So those are the centers. Let's see how Formula B works on the edges. This is a piece on top that doesn't belong there. It's lined up to the front, so that's convenient, and it's going in this direction. So 2 columns, this is my first column, this is my second column, and I'm going to move this piece down to this space, which will displace that cube. And it will do. So, so again, away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down. And my piece fell off, but that's okay. You can see that it's placed. So again, just find a piece that's on top, line it up to where it wants to be, and it's going in this direction. I said I can't cross the line with my Formula B, so I need to make these be on the same line. So now I'm going to do, this is Formula B for these 2 columns is going to move these 3 edges. So I'm going to have to do it twice because this is going to go first there and then here. So up, up, down, down, again, up, up, down, down, and then reset the top, and it is placed. So we keep doing that. So that's is that clear, or should I finish solving it? Should I finish solving it, you guys, or do you want to ask me cube questions? All right. Okay. Find a piece on top that doesn't belong there. Set it to where the corners match the front. It's going in this direction, so first column, second column. And at least we know that Formula B moves 3 pieces around, and we know that this piece will be moved into its correct place, and this piece is an incorrect piece, so it's okay to move it. So if this piece also was not, if I wanted to save this piece, I could do that by just moving a different piece into that place while I did it and then set it back. But this is an incorrect piece. So again, first column, second column, away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down. Set the top that I altered to line it up, and we keep going. Okay, so here's this blue wants to go over to here. I can bring down a yellow or the green. The green is more advantageous. So that piece is going to switch with this piece. Oh, come on. It likes my fingernail. Okay, so up, slide to a different column, second up, reverse, down, reverse, down, set the top if needed, and continue. Okay, Okay, so this pink needs to go to the other side somewhere, but this orange needs to come down. So, line it up, slide, up, reverse, down, reverse, down, set the top again, and continue. So everything I do from here on out is only because the star's done first. Everything else is going to just be the pieces that I want to move. The formula A and B does not displace anything else. So find a piece on top that doesn't belong there, bring it to the top of where it does belong. It's going in this direction. So these three are the ones that are going to be moved. So so this is going to go first to here and then to here. So I do this twice. Up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, and there it is. And reset the gray, reset the tips, and we can keep going. Find a piece on the top, it does not belong there. Okay, it's going in this direction. Let's see if I can get the bottom ones done first. Nope. Oh well, doesn't matter. Okay. It's going by layer. I should probably do this one first. So this one is going to the yellow. So this piece will want to switch with this piece. Line them up, slide to a different column, second up, reverse, down, reverse, down, set the top, and keep going. This yellow wants to go over here, so let's line it up with this one. This will go up, and this will come down. Stick. Okay, so these are my, so I go up, slide to a different column, second up, reverse, down, reverse, down, set the top, and we keep going. 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay. Where's this yellow and blue? It's over here. Okay, so to displace it, I need the green and orange. So here's the green and orange. So I bring it over where it matches the front. Line it up with what these are the three that want to turn. So this is my piece that I'm following. Away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down, and again, away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down, reset the top, and you can keep going. So that put something to the top here. Let's see, that put something here. There's my yellow and blue. All right. So I need to put, here's the blue and orange. The corners match the front. Line it up. Now I don't want to displace this one. So, okay, so I've altered the gray to line it up. I'm altering the yellow so I don't displace that. Okay, so now these three pieces are going to move. We're going to do it twice. Going to be twice. Up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, and then reset in the order I did it. So there's the yellow, and then there's the gray. So we're coming along. Here's a blue and yellow. Okay, corners match the front. It's going in this direction. So this piece is going to land here. First column, second column, away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down, set the top, and keep going. Ooh, I'm seeing a, hi! If you've just joined me, thank you. I am Sunshine. I'm the creator of the ABCube method for solving Rubik's Cubes. This is not a Rubik's Cube. It's not limited to Rubik's Cube. Formula A, Formula B solves these as well, but it solves every Rubik's Cube. You don't need to use standard, you don't need to learn notation, don't need to learn the language of the cube. When I teach the cube in real life, it takes me total teach time between 1.5 hours, 2 hours, and then anyone I've taught can pick up any size Rubik's Cube from any scramble and set it down solved, because A and B is all you need. Formula A brings a piece to the top, Formula B moves 3 pieces around. That's all you ever need to do. Ask me about parodies. Ask me about parodies. I'm so glad you asked about parodies. A parody is where it looks like there's 2 pieces. They're out of line on the same layer, but on only 2 pieces. And Formula B always moves 3 pieces around. Every algorithm you have moves 3 pieces around, and so there's always 3 pieces to move because the cube is honest. So if it looks like there's a parody, the parody is a lie. You see 2 pieces. The third piece that you do not see, because there is one, the third piece that you do not see is the piece that you do not see. Literally, it's the center. The slice itself is a quarter turn off. If you move that slice that touches that parity by 1/4 turn, and then resolve the cube from that, resolve the edges in that position, the parity disappears. You do have to reset your centerpieces because you thought they were right, but they were wrong. If they were right, you wouldn't have had the parity. So I do the edges last instead of first, so that if that single quarter turn to undo the parity does not cause me any damage, because I haven't done the centers yet. So that's all you need. A and B solves every cube, every complexity. I don't know the right words. I know words, I just can't use them right. So anyway, so A and B solves every cube. And I would be happy to discuss that. Ask me questions in the chat and I'll address it. Otherwise, today I'm playing with this because Formula A and B also solves every one of these. The only difference is, the main difference is there's an order of operations. So while A and B used on the pieces that are not part of the star, it reacts just the way it's on a cube. It moves 3 pieces and only three pieces. But if one of your columns is the center line, it has undesired consequences. So if you do these first, the undesired consequences doesn't matter. So you do the tips of the stars, then the arms of the stars, and then everything else is just A and B behaving the exact same way it does on a cube. So for example, I find a piece on top that doesn't belong there. Here's a green and here's one that doesn't belong there. I adjust the top to line it up with the piece, with the corners. Okay, it's going in this direction. So formula B, so to move this piece, to apply formula B to this piece, it's going in this direction. So the two columns are where your cube wants to land and where your cube is beginning. So this is the top row, first column, second column, and you begin by moving away. So away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down, and then reset the top, and your cube is placed. There's another one. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. So that moves. Formula B will move these three corners. I don't want to alter my blue. This blue piece is correct, so I'm going to set it with an incorrect piece. So I've altered the blue. I'm gonna have to fix that when I'm done. And then this piece is gonna go here. It's gonna go here and then here. So up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. There it is. Reset my blue. And that cube is placed. My edges are all correct on the sides now. I'm going layer by layer because it's so big. It's just convenient that way. So here's a green piece that wants to come down. I'll move this blue piece up. Okay. So that piece is going up, and this piece is coming down. Okay, so up, slide to a different column, second up, reverse, down, reverse, down. So it's slide up, slide down, slide down. Set the top and keep going. Okay, this blue wants to go up here, so line it up so that's advantageous. Up, slide, up, reverse, down, reverse, down. Formula B is okay, and then set the top, and you keep going. Here's a pink. Wants to go to the pink side, so I'm going to bring this green down. Line it up, slide to a different column, second up, reverse, down, reverse, down, and then, did I have to set anything? Okay. Set the tips again as needed. Okay, here's a yellow. Wants to go to that side. This piece also wants to move. So let's, I'm just go there indirectly. Up, up, down, down, set the top as needed. Okay, so here, let's see, this yellow wants to go over here. All right, okay, I'm altering the orange so I can work with this piece. So I altered the orange, and then I altered the gray. Okay, so up, up, down, down, and then I reverse it. I set my gray as needed, and then my orange. And there we go. Here's a green, wants to go up there. Set the top, up, slide up, reverse, down, reverse, down. Okay. All right. Here's, okay. All right, we need to move the orange to the other side. Okay, so I'm altering the yellow. And I'm altering the gray to line it up. So up, up, down, down, and then set the gray, and then set the yellow. You can't, I could have just moved it to other places and then gone back, but it's easier this way. So, all right. I'm altering the orange to line it up, slide up, reverse, down, reverse, down, set the top again, and then fix my orange, replace it. Okay, so all of the centers are now done. All that's left is the top row. And so again, find a piece, everything. So what we're going to do now, we're going to displace one of these pieces. We're going to displace it into the top row, because we could displace it into this row, but we're going to displace it into the top row. So I'm going to displace this into, so first row, second row. Do a Formula B to move this piece onto the gray side. That'll move the gray side down here. So my two columns, this column and this column, away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down. Set the top as needed. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set these gray centers. So I find the gray piece that's on the side, the gray on top, because it's, and then I'm going to alter the gray. You're going to bring the pink side down, so this is going to land here. So again, Formula B, top row, this column and this column. This is going to go here. So away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down. Okay. And then I set the top. Look again. Here's a gray. Okay, so I bring the side to match the front. So this is going to go here. And this is just going to get displaced. That's okay. So first column, second column, away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down. Set the top. Okay, here's another gray. Line it up to where it wants to be. First column, second column, away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down. Set the top. Okay. Okay, there's no more gray on top, no more gray, so I have to keep going because this one's not correct yet. So first column, second column, up, up, down, down, set the top. Okay, this one, bring the orange side to the front, so it's going to go there, up, up, down, down, set the top. Okay. Another gray, bring the yellow side to the front so it can land there. Up, up, down, down, set the top. There's another gray, bring the pink, bring the side to match the front. Cool. Okay. First column, second column, away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down, set the top, set the gray. All right, and 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no more grays on top, but they're still not correct, so we're going to keep moving. We're going to displace this piece up. So first column, second column, it's going to put this gray piece into the second layer. Up, up, down, down, and there it is. Line it up to where it wants to go, so it's going to go there. Up, up, down, down, and set the top. There's another gray. Bring it to the front. It's going to go there. First column, second column. Slide up, slide up, slide down, set the top again. Keep looking. These ones are correct, these ones are correct, these ones are correct, these ones are correct, these ones are not. So I've got to just place one of these into the side. So this is going to go into the second row. First column, second column. Up, up, hi, down, down. Somebody is here. Hello, CamFan18. How are you today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am Sunshine, and this is the ABCube method for solving Rubik's Cubes. This is not a Rubik's Cube, but the A and B method works on other things as well. A and B solves every size and complexity of Rubik's Cube, as long as it's n by n by n, as long as it's a cube. A brings a color to the top, B moves 3 pieces around, and depending on which column, it's 1 row, 2 columns. Depending on what the 2 columns are, it dictates which corners you're moving around, which pieces you're moving around. If you use the outside columns, you're moving corners. If you use outside, inside, you're moving edges. And 2 inside columns, you're moving center pieces around. So that's all you need to do. I will demonstrate that, but I'm almost done solving this one. So come join me this evening and I'll do more. I'm here every morning, every weekday morning. I'm also here Saturday mornings and Friday evenings. I usually how did you find me? Did you just scrolling Twitch and found me? Okay, anyway, if you have any questions or comments, hit me up in chat and I will answer. Someone said, well, this doesn't handle parodies. Well, that's true. Neither do you. You don't have to. A parody is a lie. The cube is very honest. A parody is a lie. The cube always, formula B always moves 3 pieces around. And a parody is where it looks like you only have 2 pieces on a specific layer that need to be changed. They could be opposite each other, they can be adjacent to each other, they can be on different faces. It doesn't matter. When you get to where there's only 2 pieces, you can have an edge parity or a corner parity. But when you have just 2 pieces that need to be switched, that is a lie. You actually have 3 pieces. The third piece is the slice of the cube that touches that parity. That slice is a quarter turn off. That's the third piece that you're not seeing. And if you make that slice, if you make that turn, for example, if these 2 are switched, just any row that touches that parity, 1/4 turn like that, and then you no longer have 2 edge pieces that need to be swapped. You have 3 or more. And you know how to swap those 3 or more. doing that single quarter turn dissolves your parity, but it does displace the edges, the centers, if you've already done centers, so you'll have to reset those. But they only looked correct. If they had been correct, you wouldn't have had the parity. So parities can all be undone with a single quarter turn, no matter what the parity looks like, and then you solve from that state and the parity is gone. You don't have to memorize parity algorithms. But A and B also works on this. I've been demonstrating this today. The only difference between the major functional difference between this is that all of these pieces, these types of pieces, formula A and B works the same way it does on the cube. It moves 3 pieces and only 3 pieces around. B moves 3 pieces and only 3 pieces around. But if one of your columns, if one of your 2 columns is the center column, because it's not cubical, it has undesired consequences, unintended consequences. So order of operations, you do the tips first and then the arms of the star, if you have arms. Tips first and then the rest of the cubes, because they will get displaced, and so if you haven't placed them yet, it doesn't matter. So tips of the tips, so star first and then the rest of the cube. So we're working on, I'm going to finish solving this, but I will be back here this evening and I'll be back with my beloved cubes. So we're placing the gray pieces, yes, the final edge pieces right now. Hi, I want to offer promotion of your channel. No, thank you. I do not need you. Goodbye. If you love cubes and you want to, or if you love cubes, or if you have a friend who just wants to know the secret, doesn't want to put in the effort, this is the secret. A and B works for every cube. So I'm working on the gray edges. So here's a gray edge. Line it up to where it wants to land, the blue side. Okay, so this piece is going to go here. Top row, 2 columns. This piece is going to go here. So first column, second column. So away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down. Set the top and keep going. Here's another gray. It's lined up. Okay. It's the last piece, so I'm going to work on that a little bit. Because it's the last piece, I want this piece to go here. Okay. All right. I'm going to first column, second column. Away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down. I wouldn't mind the spam chats so much if I thought that they were actually typing it, but no, they've cut and pasted it. They're not. There's no effort into your spam. Go away. All right. So okay, now all of my edge pieces, all of my top edge pieces are correct, and now I have to work on these edge pieces. So I'm going to put this one's correct. So let's work on these other pieces. So I'm going to put this piece away. This piece wants to come here, so I'm going to move this piece here and put this piece out into the gray layer. So up, up, down, down. You have to be a little bit judicious when you get to this point. Okay, so these 2 are correct. This piece wants to go this. Okay. This piece wants to go here, but this piece wants to go there. So let's move this piece out first. So I'm going to line this up again, place it again, and I can bring this piece forward. Okay. And then, so these 2 are placed, so now next thing to place is this one. So this one wants to go here. So I'm going to move this piece out and bring this one here, and then I'll have 3 in a row that are placed. Up, up, down, down. Okay, so now I have 3 in a row. So this one's correct, this one's correct, this one's correct. Now these are the 2 that I have to work with. And this piece wants to go here. So when I line this one up, this piece will go there, and these 3, these are the last 3, and they will settle themselves. So up, up, down, down. And now all of my inch pieces are done. All I have left is corners, and again, corners are moved 3 at a time. This one's correct, so I need to move this one over here, or this one over here, either way. Okay, so I'm going to move these 3 corners. This one's going to go here and then here, so it'll be in the correct place then. So outside columns, top row. So slide first up, second up, first down, second down, and I put it here. Move it one more time for there. Up, up, down, down. Okay, now these 2 are correct, and these 3 still need to be moved. So up, up, down, down. They're in the right place. Formula A will twist them. Bottom row, right column, multiple of 6. Two. 3, 4, 5, 6 at the top, and we're going. So yes, formula A and B will solve any cube. It'll also solve any minx. And total teach time about 1.5 hours. I'm not fast. It's not the fastest, not the shortest, but I believe that it's the easiest to learn, especially when you consider that you have to compare it to whatever is going to a 5x5, is going to solve a 5x5 or bigger, because this will do that. So that's it. That's for me. I'm happy. I'm done for the morning. I'll be back here this evening, and come back. Bring your friends. Bring your non-cuber friends. We'll have fun, because teaching is so much more fun than monologuing. So bring me your friends. Someone, if they just want to know the secret, this is it. They can learn this in 1.5 hours to 2 hours. My landlady thought she couldn't. She said, "Oh, you have a lot of cubes." I said, "Yeah, have you ever wanted to learn?" She says, "Oh, I had a brain injury this many years ago, and I have a problem with short-term memory, and I can't learn, but I'm glad that you're happy with them." And I said, "Okay, well, if you ever change your mind." 2 days later, she was carrying my 6 around, my 6x6 around, because that was her favorite cube, and she kept solving it over and over again. So, hello. You say hello just as I'm getting ready. You say hello. I say goodbye. Come back this evening. If you have any quick questions, I will answer them. I'm Sunshine. I created the ABCube method. It solves every size and every complexity Rubik's Cube, and some other things as well. Hint, hint, like so. It also will do, with one minor adaptation, it will also do the Whittington 3x3x9. So it does some Bandit cubes as well, because the only adaptation is, instead of the horizontal move, it's 2 moves instead of 1, and that's how you work on the 9x side. Yeah, cool. I published this in 2020, and when I teach, I do teach it in real life. Total teach time about between 1.5 hours and 2 hours, and I teach every cube, not just the 3x3. So in 2 hours, I have not yet failed to teach someone how to do the 5x5 and above. So you're not just learning the 3x3. When you learn this method, you're learning every cube. A and B is all you need. The parities are a lie. You don't have to learn parity algorithms. Parities are caused by the center being a quarter turn off. Correct that center quarter turn, and your parity is dissolved. So yes, is it easy to learn? It is absolutely easy to learn. I have only failed one time, and that was with my sister, and because she quit on me after 10 minutes. She's like, "Oh, no, my brain just doesn't work this way," and so she. So everyone else that has said, "Ooh, that's an interesting cube. Can you actually solve it? In how many hours do you plan to stream again? Your different time zone." Okay, 6 o'clock this evening. I'm in Utah time. So, what time zone? Where are you in the world, if you don't mind my asking? It's 10, so 11, 12, 8 hours. I will be back again in 8 hours. Germany. My brother went to Germany when I was a kid for 2 years. So, hello, welcome to joining. Thank you for joining me. Go ahead and follow. If you follow, then you get a chime every time I go live, so you will not miss me. And so that would be lovely. Won't be able to come back then, sadly. It would be 2 a.m. for me. I stream this time every weekday morning from 9 o'clock my time. So whatever time that is for you. So I started an hour ago. So whatever time an hour ago is for you, I'm here every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then the Friday evening, which is your 2 a.m. So yes, I'm here this time, and starting an hour ago, every day but Sunday. So this time tomorrow, I'll be here. And I will be happy to go over it all with you. Well, okay, so follow me, and you followed me. Yay, thank you so much. Okay, I'll be back here tomorrow, and just ask me any questions you want to ask me. I love teaching this. This is my passion. And like I said, it's total teach time. Total teach time is under 2 hours to learn this, because it's so simple and it's just the same thing over and over again. So I'll be back here. So if the rest of you guys will be back here tomorrow as well. So go have a wonderful day, wonderful rest of your day. Be nice to yourself. I know how to solve cubes, but I want to try to learn this method just for fun. That's wonderful. This is a very intuitive method. I teach people who've never, my brother had the cube. I've never been able to solve it. When I teach, I've got a friend. She says, my grandkids can do the cube, and I want to learn too, and I want to impress them. And I'm like, okay, here you go. So I'll be back here tomorrow. You guys go have a wonderful day. Treat yourself nicely, and bye.